Hey there, guys. So, I haven't really posted anything in, I think, over a month. And, yeah, I'm really trying to look to fix that. At the moment, I have no movies I'm really wanting to see, and the next Chadwick Jones is still kind of far off, as well as the other skits. So, I thought maybe to tide you over, I could do a few commentary tracks. So, this first one up here is the, Mr. Dyer Saga, as I call it. Um, Basically all of the episodes showing off Mr. Dyer on his couch or chair at one point, just doing his thing. And just kind of talk you through like what I was thinking at the time and all the stuff that was going on and yeah. So let's begin. This is the first one, the very first video I ever uploaded, Dyercentral. Yeah, there's the old logo right there.
Hello, my name is Mr. Dyer.
Founder of... Oh, I'm the CEO. I used to say I'm the CEO, yeah.
That you are watching right now.
The channel you're watching.
Dyercentral's latest movies.
But anyway, basically I made this one as kind of an explanation for why there are no other videos yet. Because I originally had planned to do things like, yeah, the Extreme series right here, and back to the scooter. Extreme series I'll discuss later, but back to the scooter I could go on for hours about. Basically, when me, Rob, and Alex got together, we came up with an idea for a Back to the Future parody called Back to the Scooter. And it never took off, sadly. It involved a lot of people, it involved a lot of locations, and it never worked. Sorry if I'm skipping over jokes or something here, these videos are a little fast, but, yeah, we never got Back to the Scooter made. However, it might be getting made soon. You never know. I still am holding out hope for it. In case any of you are wondering, that poker face gag was, was basically because I was trying to say something weird and funny at the end. So I thought sing a pop song. So I chose Poker Face. I know it's stupid, but you know, bear with me. So here we got the first Ask Mr. Dyer. This was basically made as a tide-me-over for all the other videos. I had basically been inspired by shows like Ask That Guy with the Glasses and the particular one called Ask Charlie. But basically just really random answers to stupid questions. The problem was, basically all of these questions were made up by me or my close friends. No one outside of my close friend circle ever commented a question, because I didn't understand the point of you kind of need to have some sort of popularity beforehand. Alright, so here's the first thing. Can cheese fly? Yeah, that's cheese in a plastic bag. I'm not sure what I threw. I didn't actually throw cheese at people, I remember. I threw something. Maybe it was like a sponge. Oh, there's Alex. Hi, Alex. This was after the first couple Extreme series episodes, so that's what. Yeah, I thought that was stupid too. Me? Yeah, that's pretty stupid.
Are you gay?
Okay, this next joke. Are you gay? Yes, that's once again one I requested. Oh god, I hate watching this scene. I was meant to add in like slow motion love, like. But I never added it, and to this day, I don't know why I never actually added it. It's just like a complete, total technical flub, and there's a lot of Okay, here we're seeing like the Photoshopped stuff, and I'm actually really impressed with my work on this. I always, except the dirty underwear looks horrible, but I really like that I was able to do that. Maybe it doesn't look impressive to anyone else, but I'm proud of myself, and that's all that matters, isn't it? Oh, sorry for the ear race In case you're wondering what was with the jingle
This
bells,
is the next episode with Mr. Dyer.
that's its own thing in and of itself. You may have noticed at the beginning it was using like UHF music. And there is a reason for that. On my computer, the only music was Weird Al Yankovic music. That's it. I had no other music. So basically, whenever I made a video, it had that in it. And, you know, that's just because.
Hello, I am Mr.
Yep,
Dyer.
and here's mr.dyer number 2.
I'm the founder of Dyercentral.
I'm the founder of Dyercentral.
And I might go get down 2
But
weeks.
But yeah, I was a real fan of
First,
Weird Al Yankovic, and
Mr. Dyer, why won't my refrigerator?
yeah, and that explosion sound you heard, that was basically the boom from Christmas at Ground Zero, because that was the only explosion sound effect I had. These days I use the Real Player downloader in order to get stuff from YouTube for sound effects and music and all. Although I'm planning to move ahead of that phase to maybe start getting my own music instead of like taking over people. To this day, I am proud of how this scene worked out with the refrigerator love thing. But yeah, I'm basically basically on hiring someone to maybe make a new theme song for me, especially for Dire Situation, as you're well aware of, that title song isn't exactly public domain. But anyway, back to what we're on right now. That number, screw you, Rob Bergman. I'm pretty sure he was the one that asked me to do this. It took me so long to memorize that damn number, but I did it. I memorized it. And I was and once again, here's a failed joke. Yeah, Jeff Goldblum. I didn't even think it was that funny when I wrote it, but I couldn't think of anything better.
Mr. Dyer, how can you cure cancer with only a bend?
If you may have noticed, the video is like a tint of red. And some people have like questioned like, wow, how'd you get that effect where everything's like red and dark and mysterious? And I said, it's how the camera turned out. The camera was like this really shitty handheld thing, and yeah, it always gave everything a slight red tinge. And it didn't help that there were red curtains behind me too. It was basically the only place I could film. It was filmed there out of necessity. And it just happened to give Mr. Dyer his look, so.
Is your brain cell a part of the universe?
Now, I know that this joke, the is your brain cell a part of the universe, this confused people, and I am not surprised. But basically the idea was that it was showing off the universe, like how the universe is, and it's rabbits. See, it's meant to be weird, but the thing is, people didn't even get that that's what I was saying, because it was so poorly set up.
What does sex feel like?
Oh geez, what does sex feel like? This one embarrasses me. Whenever people show it, I'm like, oh dear. Yes, everything you know is wrong. But yeah, once again, showing off my amazing Photoshop skills, which actually look pretty terrible, but still. In case you didn't, yeah, that last one was a drain pipe, so. Yeah. Oh, in case you're wondering, a couple of those weren't actually Weird Al songs, like the Back to the Future theme and the Beatles music. That was from my uncle. The Beatles music was from my uncle, and the Back to the Future theme was specifically downloaded for Back to the Scooter and never used. I actually paid money for it, so.
I am going to answer more questions. I know I have.
Okay, here we go. Yet another Ask Mr. Dyer.
Anyway.
Ask Mr. Dyer number 3 this time.
Questions. Mr. Dyer, how many licks does it take to get to the center of the universe?
Now,
How the hell should
I
know?
I might be
How?
wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is the one that introduces Old Man
Why would
Dyer.
my dog eat my
For you
homework
see,
when I
like
don't want it to?
the
It doesn't eat my homework when I want it
basically
to.
the first episode of Ask Mr. Dyer was a placeholder. It was just meant to tide you over until more
Mr. Dyer,
videos came
do
and
you
stuff.
have any
And
more
same thing with Ask Mr. Dyer number 2. Ask Mr. Dyer number 3, I'm pretty sure was entirely made to introduce Old Man Dyer, which we'll be seeing later.
from Mexico? And
Oh, here we go. See, somebody asked me if I had
my father, old man
have any
Dyer.
relatives. For some reason, he doesn't think of his dad as a relative immediately.
Oh, it's my son Dyer. Oh, how you doing, son?
Now, this happened with many characters, but they changed over time.
Onto this thing called the internet.
Right
It's
now,
really
I
cool.
sound like,
I ain't seen
I
nothing
don't know, if any
like
of you are
it
fans of
before.
David Strassman, I sound a little like Ted
Have
E.
you uploaded
Bear.
videos
I,
onto it? Holy
or Ted E.
crap.
Bear's grandpa, more like. But
What are you
but
doing?
these days he sounds a little more like like just different. And this happened with every character. It happened with the meddler. It happened with the brain surgeon. They all sound different towards the present. Don't worry, Old Man Dyer is okay. And in case you're wondering, Old Man Dyer did have a point. Originally, I was gonna do this thing like Old Man Dyer's take on music, but that never happened, sadly. Basically, it was gonna be music video parodies with Old Man Dyer. Like he was basically gonna sing stuff like oh, what was it? Life in the slow lane instead of life in the fast lane, because you know he's old and old people drive in the slow lane, and you know just stupid stuff like that. um, and the rest home California, yeah, just things like that. And once we get to the Christmas special, I'll elaborate a little more. But here we go.
Hello, I am Mr. Dyer, founder of
And here's number 4. Honestly, though, I think this one might be one of the best. Because it was honestly made just because I wanted to make a Mr. Dyer. It wasn't a placeholder, it wasn't anything like that. And of course, at the beginning, I had to explain why I'm in a completely different location. I could go on for hours about why the location changed. It was mainly due to some family trouble where I was living. The person in charge of me had basically kicked me out, and I was living at my grandmother's house at the time. And yeah, well, the reason I like this one the best out of the Mr. Dyers is because I actually had the common sense to add in title cards for the questions.
Can I borrow a cup of sugar?
Even if the jokes are even worse than some of the videos, like at least I made them clear that they're bad instead of just people going, "Oh, I didn't understand that." You know, at least the video's clear, and that's my reason for liking it the most. And of course, I just referenced Ask That Guy with the Glasses right there.
Or else I will sneak into your houses.
And of course that or else I will sneak into your houses thing. That was an homage to the very first one, to the original Dyercentral, where I'm like, do it now! Oh god, Chicken Banana logo. Originally, me and Rob made a pact called the Chicken Banana Company. Oh, here's number 5. This is I'll hurry this up. But Chicken Banana. But basically, eventually, Rob got tired of it, and I never liked it that much in the first place. So that was just given up on. This one looks funny, and that's actually because in order to make it look more like the original Ask Mr. Dyer, I actually dimmed the light a little. The light was too good. Oh god, my hair was so long. That coat eventually became too tight for me. I actually can't walk around in it because it's so damn tight. And of course, with my long hair, I look like the fucking cowardly lion right now. And I don't know why, this is a later one. This is, like, supposed to be the final Ask Mr. Dyer, the most amazing one where I answer all the unanswered questions. I do like the use of the bleep right there, though. But, like, I forgot the title card. I can't believe I forgot to do title cards. Yes, puppies. Puppy Hour is gonna be in this video. Um, was all cleverly planned. Sadly, Mr. Dyer's life, his entire span was just fodder for everyone else, just basically to get other things running. A pretty sad existence, if you ask me. But it is what he is. Okay, he's discussing extreme mini golf. And we'll get into that detail once we do the Extreme Series. Basically, in these videos, I'm going to get to the Extreme Series, the Christmas specials, the very first Dire situation, and a few others. So, yeah. But basically, this final video is to introduce Puppy Hour, my epic April Fool's thing. And we're going to see the very first episode, and believe me, that is probably the worst video I've ever put up. I don't like the Dyercentral, the original one. I don't really like my original Dyer situation. And there's a few others that kind of, like, make me like cringe whenever I watch them, but Puppy Hour, ugh, it's just awful. I don't know what happened here, but the light went back. Maybe that was intentional, like to show that the show's over or something. I do like this, where he basically goes insane and just shuts down the channel and replaces it with Puppy Hour, which is like this crazy money-making scheme in order to cash in on the popularity of cute, adorable animals. And I don't know, I just thought that would be like a really good April Fool's joke, so that people would honestly think that was happening. It fooled Rob for a bit, and Rob's bit was actually scaring me, because this was before the Guys and Dolls crossover with Chadwick Jones, and he was considering calling it off, because, of course, Chadwick Jones is no more. There's not going to be any more of them, according to the channel. And, you know, he was freaking me out, because when Rob sets his mind to something, he gets it done rather fast. And so if he sets his mind that he's just going to do a Guys and Dolls review on his own, it could be out there before the April Fool's joke is concluded. And I basically spend that week, like, stalling him, trying to get him to slow down from that. And I think, like, his mom had the worst reaction to this. Like, I think she unsubscribed, and she was saying, like, oh, it's wrong to remove all the videos and stuff. Like, she was really freaking out over it. But yes, here is the very first Puppy Hour, starring Meridell. Some of this was accidentally wrong, like the volume in it. I wish I had some way to correct the volume, but of course, living with my grandmother is a little off the ropes and wouldn't understand if I was raising my voice at the camera trying to get it to hear me, so that's why I'm way too damned quiet in this. But that's the only unintentional bad part. The rest of it is totally intentional. The fact that I'm totally boring, I'm being like girly and weird, and that's not even a real puppy. And that the fact that the puppy montages go on for way too damn long, that was all purposeful. you have to believe me, like, while I was making this video, I had to keep on reminding myself, Glenn, it's supposed to be bad. It is supposed to be bad. But I was just so tempted to, like, shorten the montages and stuff. I'm like, no, it's meant to be bad. It's meant to be so that people are like, you took down all those other videos that actually, whether you like them or not, they have, heart. Oh, just missed a joke here. Um, I like that line I added in there. Oh, sorry, we're not supposed to talk about movies on this show ever. But anyway, like whether you like my videos or not, you can admit they have promise. I think they're innocent in some way. Like they're just people having fun for the most part. And replacing it with this shit, which is not only meant a cash-in, it's a bad cash-in that won't even result in any cash. So it's just wrong on like 17 levels. You won't believe the kind of research I did into finding all these songs too. I had to find like 4 different songs that had to do with puppies, just like puppies in general. And I basically tried Jingle Cats to get the dog barking one, and of course Puppy in the Window. How much is that Puppy in the Window? I don't know what the full name of that song is. And yeah, it just being so cheesy, so stupid, so unlikable. God, it was just. I want to say it was as awful for me as it was for my fans, but no, it was pretty damn bad for my fans. I couldn't even say that, man. So here is the follow-up. Puppy Hour Episode 2. I knew it had to be 2, because if 2 was similar to 1, where all that horrible shit happened, and then the 3rd one was good, like, I would have lost anyone who still cared by then. Like, at the moment, people would still be holding out hope. Yeah, Dachshunds was my choice. I don't know why.
Where is he?
And, oh, wow, what is this? This is Dyer coming in.
Dyer, where is he? Oh, kill him!
Yeah, basically, I wanted to gather a group of all the powerful people in there besides Mr. Dyer to go and attack him, so basically that... Oh yeah, all that money, that was like, my food money for the week, I believe. Basically, I wanted to get, like, all the powerful people, but then I realized there wasn't that many people who actually could do things. Like, there was Chadwick Jones, who at this moment, he hadn't even seen him fight. There was the Meddler, who never did anything remotely similar to physical combat. There was, so that, leaves the Brain Surgeon, who is just kind of violent in and of itself, and Dyer, who fights Kaweki all the time. So, yeah, I had everyone play their role, basically. God, I remember my hair getting in my mouth all the time like that. I'm really glad I got that stuff cut. It was turning into, like, a real mess. Oh yeah, the Justice League theme. I liked how I integrated this, and he's like, oh, wait, what's that music? Yeah, I hope nobody's disappointed with how Mr. Dyer turned out, because all in all, he was a rather innocent character before. It was just kind of a one-dimensional weirdo, and then he turned into a villain and got horribly blown up by by people. Oh yes, hello Chadwick, your head seems to be cut off. Ain't that nice? Just so you know, so you don't get your hopes up, I'm not going to be doing any commentary on the Chadwick Jones series right now, mainly because there's still things yet to be revealed in Season 2, and I don't want to accidentally talk about that during a commentary. So yeah.
I thought you were a villain. Oh yes, I am a villain.
Oh, yes, I'm a villain.
Well, then I will
I
and then I will be able to get
I love the character of the meddler, like just him in general. I'm not going to explain his origins to you right now. Once again, spoilers for the thing. Please do not link that to a Doctor Who quote. I will murder you in your sleep. But yeah, the sound editing in this just kills me. Oh, it's awful. You see, basically I use Movie Maker for everything, cause it was free. And Movie Maker, if you don't know, is just awful if you're wanting to make any kind of like really nice video. Like you can't Movie Maker is so bad that you can't add multiple layers. In the newer versions, in an older versions you could. You can't add multiple layers of audio. So that's why the sound effects it would be only Chadwick Jones's blast, or only the music, or only the brain surgeon's laser, which yeah, that was just improvised. Um, that's because physically I could only put in one unless I saved the movie, um, uh, like imported it, did like hours of work, and then did it all over again, which would just extend the already tedious process by like 5 times, and I just couldn't be bothered. Yeah, Dyercentral is owned by all. I actually went to pretty great measures to get every character I ever had, but then when I look over it now, I realize I'm missing a few, such as like Tony Ball from the breaking news thing. And I'm trying to resist bringing in characters from other sketches all the time again, because uh, because like basically when I first started making things like the Extreme series and all, I always liked the idea of some point in the future. Oh look, he was Sheriff Lloyd the whole time. How did you guess? Oh, I I love that guy. I'm not played by Glenn. Um, what was I talking about? I always like the idea of some point in the future having an amazing like get together of every single character and stuff. The problem was it never occurred to me the fact that at the point when I'm making these giant crossovers that these characters have been around for like a month and they work on their individual sketch to a point, and I should really stop bringing them into these Lollapaloozas all the time. Oh, yep. And it was released early, just so you know, because I didn't want it to happen for the conclusion to happen during spring break. Because I went to school with Rob and Alex and all, and I wanted to see the reaction. Well, actually, Alex knew of it the entire time. I told him beforehand, because if I didn't tell someone, I would have just burst. Uh, and and Rob was the one I wanted to trick the most. So yeah, that's all the Mr. Dyers. Um, I guess I'll see you guys next time on what's the next commentary going to be? Oh, yep, I'm gonna be doing the Extreme series, so tune in tomorrow for my commentary on the Extreme series.